Hello boys, welcome back to another session of video tutorials, and this session is meant for class 11th biology students, and this is for 12th February 2021. As we all know that we are into the revision mode and we are revising the entire syllabus in the form of sample papers, CBSE sample papers. We have finished sample paper 1 and we go ahead with another sample paper 2 for your batch 2021. And as you all know that there are certain new things in this pattern of question paper, particularly section A full of changes. Previously you had just 1 mark questions, but here you got not only 1 mark questions, there are assertion and reasoning questions, the case study questions which are a new one. So section A has got a lot of surprises, but at the same time blessing in disguise is that section A you can score out of out. That is the plus point of section A. And section B, of course, it is a 2 mark question. The question numbers have been increased to 9, so 9 into 2, 18. And section C has got 3 mark questions. There are 5 into 3, 15. And section D has got 3 questions with the 5 mark question, long answer type questions, 15 marks. So totally 70 marks. And time is the important one. You must manage the time, 3 hours. And you must finish the paper by 2 hours, 45 minutes. Last 15 minutes you must spend on revising the entire answer sheet that you have written. So we go with the section A today with the questions, and then in the next session we'll try to answer, so that I'm giving intentionally 1 day so that you can answer the questions by yourself. And then once I give the answers, you can compare your answers with the answers that I am going to provide with. So question number 1. Amoeba multiplies by mitotic cell division. Is this phenomena growth or reproduction? Explain. Question 2. What is the function of simple epithelium? Question 3. What is the shape of plant body of a liverwort? Question 4. Which filaments are responsible for muscle contraction? And a familiar question. Question 5th. What is inflorescence? Question 6th. Define connective tissues. 7th. State the role of centrioles other than spindle formation. Question 8. Mention the number of protons, H+, that passes through the complex 5. Remember the 5 complexes for the synthesis of 2 molecules of ATP. Question number 9. Which hormone is secreted by corpus luteum? Expected one. And what are the main processes of urine formation? Of course, here you may be tempted to write a lengthy answer, but restrict your answer only for the main process. Question number 11. Assertion: Euglena is a plant due to presence of chlorophyll. Reason: Euglena cannot be classified on the basis of two kingdom system. Question. The choices are: answer A, if assertion, reason both are correct statements and reason is correct explanation for assertion. B, assertion and reason both are correct statements but reason is not correct explanation for assertion. C, assertion is correct statement but reason is wrong statement. D, assertion is wrong statement but reason is correct statement. You got a choice for the 11th question. Assertion: cyanobacteria, that's blue-green algae, have chlorophyll similar to green plants and are photosynthetic autotrophs. Reason: some of the cyanobacteria can fix atmospheric nitrogen in specialized cells called heterosis. Again choices. A and R both are correct statements and R is correct explanation for A. B, A and R both are correct but R is not correct explanation for A. C. A is correct, but R is wrong. D. A is wrong, but R is correct. Question number 12. Assertion. Non-protein constituents called cofactors are bound to the enzyme to make the enzyme catalytically active. Reason. Catalytic activity is not affected when the cofactor is removed from the enzyme. A. Assertion and reason both are correct statements and R is correct explanation for A. B. A and R both are correct statements, but R is not correct explanation for assertion. A is correct, but R is wrong. D. A is wrong, but R is correct. Again, question number 13. In animals, assertion. In animal cells, lipid-like steroidal hormones are synthesized by SER, smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Reason. SER is the major site for synthesis of lipids. Choices. A. A and R both are correct statements and R is correct explanation for A. B. A and R both are correct statements, but R is not correct explanation for A. C. A is correct statement, but R is wrong statement. D. A is wrong, but R is right. Question number 14 again, one more assertion and reasoning. Inspiration or inhalation is initiated by contraction of diaphragm, which increases the volume of the thoracic chamber in the anterior-posterior axis. Reason. The contraction of external intercostal muscles lifts up the ribs and the sternum, causing an increase in the volume of thoracic chamber in the dorsoventral axis. So choices A and R both are correct and R is correct explanation for A. B. A and R both are correct, but R is not the correct explanation for A. C. A is correct, but R is wrong. D. A is wrong, but R is correct. Question 15. Read the following and answer any 4 questions. Camillo Golgi first observed densely stained reticular structures near the nucleus. The Golgi apparatus was first described by Camillo Golgi. Golgi apparatus consists of a set of membrane-bound fluid-filled vesicles, vacuoles, and flattened cisternae. The cisternae consist of many flat disc-shaped sacs of 5 nanometer to 1 nanometer diameter. Question 1. The Golgi cisternae are concentrically arranged near the dash. A. Periphery, B. Vacuole, C. Plastid, D. Nucleus. 2. Golgi apparatus is the most important site of formation for A. Glycoproteins, glycolipids, phospholipids, both glycoproteins as well as glycolipids. Question 3. In Golgi apparatus, dash are stacked parallel to each other. Thylakoids, cisternae, granae, cristae. The plant cells contain many freely distributed subunits of Golgi apparatus called dash, dictyosomes, stroma, thylakoid, D. granum. Now question 5th assertion. Materials to be packaged in the form of vesicles from endoplasmic reticulum fuse with the cisternae of the Golgi apparatus. Reason. The Golgi apparatus remains in close association with ER, endoplasmic reticulum. A. Both A and R are true, but R is correct explanation of the assertion. B. Both A and R are true, and R is not the correct explanation of A. C. Assertion is true, but reason is false. D. Both A and R are false. Question number 16. Again, case-based study question. Exchange of gases also occurs between blood and tissues. O2 and CO2 are exchanged in these sites by simple diffusion, mainly based on pressure or concentration gradient. The solubility of the gases as well as the thickness of the membranes involved in diffusion are also some important factors that can affect the rate of diffusion. Questions. 1. Pressure contributed by an individual gas in a mixture of gases is called dash. A. Atmospheric pressure, B. Partial pressure, D. Differential pressure, D. Capillary pressure. Question 2. Dash are primary sites of exchange of gases. A. Alveoli, B. Diaphragm, C. Trachea, D. Bronchi. 3. The diffusion membrane is made up of dash major layers A2, B4, C3 and D5. Question 4. What are the values of partial pressure of oxygen and partial pressure of carbon dioxide in the body tissues? So A. PO2 104 mmHg, PCO2 40 mmHg. PO2 104 mmHg, PCO2 140 mmHg. PO2 95 mmHg, PCO2 40 mmHg. And D. PO2 40 mmHg, PCO2 45 mmHg. Next, diagram based question. The following statements are drawn as conclusions for the image shown. So mostly it is a double circulation. Inspired air, exhaled air, and of course you have got labeling as A, B, C, D. The first one is the given diagram represents the exchange of gases at the alveolus and the body tissues with the blood and transport of oxygen and carbon dioxide. Statement 2. The amount of CO2 that can diffuse through the diffusion membrane per unit difference in partial pressure is much lesser compared to that of O2. Statement 3. All the factors in our body are favorable for the diffusion of O2 from tissues to alveoli and that of CO2 from alveoli to tissues. Now, statement 4. The total thickness of the diffusion membrane is much less than a millimeter. Now choose from below the correct alternative. A. Only one is true, that is statement 1 is true. B. 1 and 4 are true. C. 3 and 2 are true. D. 1 and 3 are true. So this is how the questions are being framed. And now what you do, take a paper and start answering the 16 questions that I have listed. Now tomorrow when I present you the answers, compare your answers with the answers that I am going to provide with, so that you know your strength and